Welcome, this is Baller Scuba with part 0 of Let's Play Xenosaga Episode II, Jenseits von Gut und Böse. For those of you that don't speak German or can't understand my German, because I'm sure it's terrible, that is Beyond Good and Evil, yet another Nietzsche philosophical book. We are not actually looking at the game right now. This is actually a DVD that I picked up. We'll go over that in a bit. But this is a continuation of the same story from Xenosaga Episode I. So if you are looking to get involved in these games, in the Let's Plays, I would highly recommend that you go watch, if not my Let's Play of Xenosaga Episode I, at least somebody's Let's Play of Xenosaga Episode I, or some way of seeing all the cutscenes or something like that of the game. There are two other ways that you could legitimately see the story of Xenosaga Episode I, both of which are terrible. There is, I should say, an animated series, an anime for Xenosaga, but I will tell you right now that they changed the story quite a bit. I watched it. I was infuriated for most of it because they switched characters around. They didn't go over characters' backstories. They had some characters die when they shouldn't have, and some characters live when they shouldn't have. It was very, very strange to me why they would do that. This is the other way that you could see the cutscenes. This is actually a DVD that I picked up, like I mentioned. I picked it up at a comic book store of all places, but it is not actually Xenosaga Episode II. This is, well, it says Xenosaga Episode II special movie, but then it has a picture from Xenosaga Episode I. It's Shion in her Xenosaga Episode I sprite riding an eggs. Except for Shion herself, none of those exist in Xenosaga Episode II. This does change the tone of the series dramatically, as we're going to see. The reason that I picked this up is not only because it has 4 hours worth of cutscenes from Xenosaga Episode I, and I'm sure many of you are going, wait, that's not all the cutscenes. I know. They skipped a lot of them. And as a result, if you did pick this up, you're not getting the full story. I only watched probably about an hour to an hour and a half of it before I got mad because they were skipping very important parts of the story, I felt. So if you really want to get the story down, you're gonna have to find a Let's Play or somebody that shows more cutscenes than this. I don't know, that's just me. But before we actually get the game started, I do want to go over what I will be doing in the game. We're going to be attempting 100% yet again. I always have to say that just in case I happen to miss something. Remember, if I don't know it and the guides that I will be consulting don't know about it, I'm not going to get it. It's just kind of how it works, unfortunately. But I should be able to 100% this, just like I did Xenosaga Episode I, unless I did miss something in that, but I didn't that I'm aware of. What has changed, though, in this next game, and I do want to go over this, is a change in tone. It is definitely a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but definitely the sprites are more grown up and not as cute as the first game. That is a dramatic shift, I feel. There are also many changes in voice actors, including important characters like Chaos. That's the one that sticks out in my mind. Chaos's voice actor doesn't sound anything like the first one. They didn't even try to make it the same voice or anything like that. It's just a completely different voice for him. And I don't like the new one, to be honest with you. I much prefer the old one. But maybe you do like the new one over the old one. I don't think they changed every voice actor. I think Shion's is the same. But we will be watching a trailer. That's one of the reasons I did pick up this DVD. It does have the trailer, the official one for Xenosaga Episode II. We will be watching that. On top of more realistically human sprites, there's also a change in tone. It's a lot darker than the first game. It's not nearly as lighthearted, even though lighthearted is kind of a stretch for Xenosaga Episode I. This one's even darker and more brooding. In fact, I do believe that it is still banned in several countries. That boggles my mind. There are a couple scenes in this that disturbed a few of the boards that approve video games in other countries, I guess. I am not fully up on the legal ramifications of all that, but I think it is still unavailable in several countries, especially in Europe. So hopefully the videos will be available in those countries. I'm not sure how much this is being monitored in terms of footage for those countries. With all that said, let's go ahead and watch the trailer and we'll get this started.
What you're seeing here is actual footage from the violence that erupted before dawn this morning. These seemingly coordinated Realian attacks were reported throughout Federation territory, prompting government officials to consider this movement an act of terrorism.
This place, I saw it in my dream.
God, that's cool.